Hey everybody, this is Super Ty. I'm joined with Comic Book Brando, and we're going to talk about all the cool books that are coming out tomorrow, which is June 27th, starting first thing in the morning, 9 a.m. There's a lot that is coming out, and I'm very excited to tell you about a lot of these things. We also have some really cool announcements at the end of the video about all the stuff we have coming up. And yeah, as usual, if you guys have any questions, any books that you're really excited about, any things that we're missing, just leave a little comment down there and we'll have a conversation. Yeah.
Hi.
Hey. I'm going to start off with single issues. My first one is a series that I've still been really enjoying a whole lot. It's The Terrifics. The last issue was really cool because it had a giant space squid, and I'm a huge fan of that kind of stuff. But this is more focusing on Metamorpho. The first part of the issue is really cool because it just follows each one of them in their own little storyline, and then like, oh no, there's all these different element people kind of destroying the city. So, and then, you know, a really cool big bad shows up at the end. I like this book because it's just really fun. It's lighthearted enough, you know, and it uses some heroes that aren't being like utilized in the past forever. So yeah, very happy about this.
In the past forever.
Yeah.
My first book is Charlie's Angels #1. This is a cool 70s tribute starring the original Charlie's Angels as you knew them on the television show, plus Bosley and Charlie, and all their adventures are set in the 70s. It's a very 70s styled book with awesome artwork by our friend Joe Eisma. I really dug it, and if you were a fan of the show, or even if you've never even seen the show, and just like, you know, cool, what's the best way to describe Charlie's Angels?
Butt-kicking ladies.
Butt-kicking ladies, that's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're awesome, and they get into very, you know, similar to the TV show sort of hijinks, where they, you know, kind of look like they're messing up, but things are going really good and according to plan. I dug it.
My next one is kind of a darker DC book. This is the Teen Titans Special. This is spinning out of the No Justice storyline. This is dark. So it focuses on Robin, Red Arrow, and Kid Flash, and basically the whole theme of this book is they ain't taking no guff from adults anymore, and like surprisingly dark and violent. You expect, you know, you expect that from Damian, you know, Robin, but like, you know, Kid Flash, nah, but he's done taking that guff. It's really cool. This is actually leading up to the big, the big Teen Titans series, like not really a reboot, but it's like issue 20 is going to have like a new team essentially for Damian to be in charge of.
Radio.
Yeah. Sorry, the back ad was kind of weird for me.
Yeah.
I was trying to follow that.
The dog from Preacher.
Yeah.
Definitely distracting. Saga number 53. America's favorite comic book series.
Yeah.
I guess you could make that claim.
Yeah.
Definitely one of our most popular ones. There is trouble in paradise. There have already been murders. There's monsters loose. Which ones are the real monsters, though? Find out in this issue. Also, get ready for some shocks and surprises.
Yeah.
I had a couple jaw-dropping moments with this one.
Yeah.
So stay tuned and see where this is going, because Saga is captivating reading.
Yeah. And if you're a fan of Saga, there's also the Gus plush, or Goose. I call him Goose. But yeah, it's a nice little plush of Goose, and you know, he's wearing his little yellow overalls and, you know, pockets. I think it's awesome.
He appears in this issue, of course.
Yeah, I like Goose. My next one is a book I've been really looking forward to. It's written by Matt Rosenberg. Multiple Man. It's your weird friend's favorite X-Man. If you guys probably remember, I don't know if you guys watch the archives of these videos, Death of X happened and Madrox died, and I was very upset about that because I'm the weird friend that this is my favorite X-Man.
Do you have the shirt still?
I do have the shirt still. I don't know where it is. I need to find it. It's been forever since I've found it.
I was going to say, I think it was before you moved to Philadelphia you had that.
Yeah, it was great. Oh well. But anyways, Madrox is back, and everybody's like, well, how? You died. And of course, you know, they make the joke of, oh, you're not dead anymore. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, because that's the X-Men for you. A lot of cool little surprises in this one that I wasn't expecting, and some pretty interesting mashups, and you'll understand what I mean when you see this.
Who's the artist on that book?
It is... Let me find it. Goodness.
Just those couple
Andy
pages.
McDonald.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Does some good stuff in here.
It's a good looking book.
Yeah.
Modern Fantasy #1. This is a new series from Dark Horse. So here we have Sage of the Riverlands, who thirsts for adventure, who's ready for that exciting life, but as you can tell from the cover, is stuck in an office job where she has to attend meetings and do boring things. There's a pretty funny barbarian who's like her higher up. She's got some roommates, some moochers, and maybe a potential adventure when a thieving boyfriend swipes something that he shouldn't take.
This is another book I've been really looking forward to, and it also marks Jeff Lemire coming back to Marvel. He's been away for like a good, 8-9 months since he was done with Old Man Logan, but now he's back with the Sentry. Sentry gets a lot of guff, and I'm not taking no guff. That's the theme of this episode. Guff.
Why does Sentry get a lot of guff?
Well, people are like, oh, he's like too complex of a character, or like too much what's the word I'm looking for? He's too comic booky, where it's just like, oh no. It's hard to explain why there's people that give him guff. But
That original series with him was pretty awesome.
Paul Jenkins' original series was amazing. I loved that book. One of my favorite storylines of all time. And that's why I'm very happy about this series, because Jeff Lemire brings it back to like more cerebral level kind of story. Because when he was in Dark Avengers, it was just more like, oh, he's a big monster. Okay, whatever. But this like it's back to being a thinker. That's what I'm very happy about. Super solid. I kind of skimmed it just a little bit just so I can get a base of what it's about, but like I'm gonna be diving into this tonight.
Will the Void be appearing?
Yeah, the stuff's happening.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Marvel 2-in-1 with the Thing and the Human Torch. So Torch, Ben Grimm have been on this like basically a fool's errand because the Thing misled Johnny into thinking that this device that Reed left him will take them to Reed and Sue, but that's not possible. Meanwhile, Dr. Doom is hanging out with them, trying to keep them out of trouble and keep them safe, oddly enough. And they also have a young woman by the name of, is it
Rachna.
Rachna. Rachna Kaul.
Yeah.
And we're getting to see why she wanted to go along on this journey in this particular issue.
Oh.
And it's going to leave Johnny and Ben in a bad spot.
If you like crazy books, Thor #2 is right up your alley. If you missed the first album, well, you missed the first issue. I was thinking
tracks on that album.
I was thinking this is like a rock and roll book because it like gets pretty insane.
Sure.
So this second issue is pretty darn fantastic. So Thor is stuck in hell, and he runs into Baldur the Brave, who's been dead for a while. And Baldur is the king of hell now, and he has a giant monster truck. And then it just goes insane from there.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, it gets very bonkers. This one doesn't have a backup story like the first issue did, but I think that's going to be in every other issue kind of thing that they're doing. It's Jason Aaron, it's Mike Del Mundo. It's an amazingly great book.
Sweet Asgardian lore. It's like a Molly Hatchet album.
It's like if Led Zeppelin and King Crimson.
Jeez.
Yeah,
There you
digging
go.
deep there.
Batman, Prelude to the Wedding. This is Harley versus Joker. This has probably been my favorite of all these issues because we've got someone who really wants to see Catwoman be happy and this fairy tale wedding happen, and someone who just wants to burn it all down to the ground. Go at it. And of course they have their own past, which makes this even more intriguing. Really good issue. It's all about traps and being trapped, and Harley putting Joker in a situation that should be familiar to him.
Okay.
So give this one a read. We've already seen where it leads into with Batman 48 and 49.
Okay, I was about to ask this.
It's previous to that.
It's previous to that.
So it leads up to that, but we get to see a really cool story about how these two interacting and bringing up the past.
All right. Venom #3, or actually issue number 168, but it's also number 3. So, if you're following this at all, you know that Eddie Brock and the Symbiote and I'm saying symbiote. Did you see the preview for Venom the movie?
No, do they say symbiote?
They specifically and like loudly say symbiote, and I'm like, sorry, that doesn't work
Gross.
because it's not a symbiotic nature; it's a
Symbiote?
Symbiote.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's like it's.
Gross.
Anyways, the symbiote. They're noticing that there's this giant symbiote dragon that is just crashing through New York, and Miles Morales is there also trying to help out. It's a bloody fight all over. It's crazy. You also kind of get to a feeling of who the big bad shows up, and it's pretty darn awesome. Stay tuned till the end of the video because we have some Donny Cates news.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sex Criminals number 25, No Tell. This is the last issue of this big, oftentimes heart-wrenching story arc. So we've got bad guys are ruining the lives of John and Susie and causing all sorts of problems. But there's a plot. There's a plot from the gang to get together, and we're gonna see how it culminates here. And this will be leading into, there's going to be a break after this one, but the big final story arc.
Oh, they're actually ending it.
I believe so. Well, I mean, as much as anything, they could always go back to it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Depending on how that ends, but it's getting close to a big finale, and my heart cannot take the ending. But this was a fantastic issue that is, it brings things around.
This one's I wasn't really sure what to expect from it. It's called Bedtime Games. It's very in the vein of Stephen King's It, but not, you know, a knockoff or anything. It's about these kids. They discover this like weird tunnel under their school. They just want to check it out, and they find this page that has Mr. Bedtime on it. And Mr. Bedtime is a horrible, crazy monster. And that's what I can tell you without giving away every single thing. That's just the setup that happens in this. I was very, very impressed with it. I just picked it up at random on the back shelves. I was just like, oh, let's see what this is. It's awesome and really dark. So I liked it.
The back shelves. The mysterious back shelves.
Yeah.
Like anyone knows what those are. Killer Be Killed number 20. This is the final issue. The last issue of the excellent series by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. Dylan's got work to do, but he's bleeding out and dying in the snowy parking lot of a hospital. How is he going to get out of this? How is he going to finish his work? Find out in this issue. It's been one of my favorite series of the past couple of years. It has a really interesting ending. I was, again, shock and awe. I was pretty amazed by this issue, and I'm going to love rereading it as a whole.
And there's a preview to the next series, right?
Yes, the next series, there's a preview of it. It's called My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies.
Yeah.
The next series, Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, creative team, brilliance.
A lot of books are ending this week. Harrow County's ending also. That's one that I've been a huge fan of forever. This is the second to last issue of Descender that is coming out tomorrow as well. Man, giant robot fights, aliens, tinier robot fights, people, hugs, embraces, robot dogs. This book is pretty darn fun.
It's got a little bit of everything.
It does have everything. I'm actually really sad that this is ending because it's a heart-wrenching but also heartwarming book, and it's beautiful. Like every page is a work of art in here because of Dustin Wynn's watercolor. I won't tell you much about what the story is because it's the second to last issue, so a lot of things happen in this. You should just pick it up and read it. But get ready because it's a lot. Just kind of like, when you see somebody shuffling a deck of cards and it's just like whoosh, that's kind of what's happening here.
Nice.
Yeah, analogies.
I feel bad for the artist of a book where not every page is a work of art.
Yeah, sorry guys.
I'm so sorry. Another artistically beautiful book, Bloodstrike Brutalist. Now this says number 3. It's part 2.
23.
I'm sorry. Part 23, part 2, which is confusing. But Michael Fife. I believe it's Fife. Fife?
Sure. I always say Michelle Fife, but I could be wrong.
I always thought it was Michael Fife. I think it's Michael Fife, but I'm not positive. Anyways, the creator of Copra, is now tackling the Extreme Studios teen book, Bloodstrike, which is not a thing I ever cared that much about in the 90s, but he's taking something I didn't know, that Keith Giffen did like a few issues, and kind of building off of that. Like, apparently, Giffen made it kind of even more brutal and more intense and more exciting.
All right.
And that's what made him like care about that book at a time where he wasn't reading too many comics himself.
Okay.
So he's sort of like a love letter, continuing some of those threads, carrying on things that were like left alone at the time, and doing it in his excellent style. Violent, brutal, weird. This is a great book, and it makes me want to go back and read all the earlier Bloodstrike stuff, so I have a better understanding of what's going on. I mean, it stands on its own as a cool comic with like crazy heroes and very bad situations, but now I want like the bigger picture.
Nice. My last single issue is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 25th Anniversary Special Number 1. This is a cool little anthology issue. There's 5 separate stories. Some are very lighthearted, some are like more serious. All involve Power Rangers and fighting monsters. There's actually a really cool like story involving a like very cute like ugly dog that gets blown up to a giant monster and stuff. I was kind of happy about that one. So this is if you're a fan of the Power Rangers series, this hits almost every single era of Power Rangers. It starts with the very first, like somebody even says, oh cool, the dinosaur ones, I love those guys. Like some other Power Rangers say that. So it was a really fun little read. Check it out.
Man of Steel, number 5 of 6. Bendis's weekly Superman series continues. We're finding out a little bit more, and maybe about some intentions and what the real plot is, what Superman is trying to stop. And the stakes are bigger than we even expected. We've also got a confrontation between the Kent family and Jor-El, of all people. So find out what's going on, continue this, seeing what Bendis is doing with Superman and the DC Universe. We got a glimpse of the Justice League in here as well, so
yeah,
there you go.
My first trade is the last little bit to the Dark Knight's Metal saga that they've been releasing every single week. This is Metal the Resistance. Now, I know a lot of people are looking for this one because we instantly sold out of a lot of the issues of this story arc because, it was super popular. This also has, let me see, it's got the Resistance. It also has Bats Out of Hell, that storyline with The Flash and Justice League and Hal Jordan. Plus it also has Batman Lost and Hawkman Found in this. This is all the in-between issues that happened during the main story arc. So, this happens between issue 2 and 3 and stuff like that. I love this crazy story arc because it was nanners.
Nanners. Mickey Spillane's Mike Hammer, number 1. So, Max Allan Collins is a classic mystery writer, and he's taken Spillane's classic detective character and created a new comic series for the Hard Case Crime imprint for Titan Comics. I love these books. They're just exactly what I want out of a crime comic. They're always like seedy, gritty, mean-spirited, and Mike Hammer is no different. He is a tough customer, and he is going to solve the case. I really dug this and look forward to all the rest of the issues, as I do every hard case crime book. So if sort of classic crime noir is your thing, pick this up.
The softcover to Secret Empire is coming out tomorrow as well, which I enjoyed. I really enjoyed this story arc. It was this was something that, for the first time in a while for Marvel crossovers, I was just like, I don't know how they're going to get out of this. I don't know how they're going to win. Like, how do you beat Captain America when he's really going for it, It has a lot of things in here that has been kind of hard to get, like the free comic book day issue. It's got material from Captain America 25, the whole series, as well as Omega. Yeah, this is also pretty hefty story arc. There's a lot of
story,
material in
yeah.
here, and it leads, this kind of leads up to everything that is going on right now in the Marvel universe. Like, if you're wondering why the Punisher is in the Iron Man armor, it's in this, or the War Machine armor. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when that storyline started, they took a lot of guff for it, but I thought it was
I thought it was
pretty
great.
cool.
Everybody I
Checking it out.
talked to that said they didn't like this, I said, well, hey man.
How's it going? Your phone's about to die.
I know.
Yeah, we're
We're
trying to
get it done.
We're trying to do it quick.
Got it. Sorry.
It's all good. Everybody I talked to said they didn't like reading this. I was like, well, what did you not like? And they said, well, I didn't read it. They just didn't like it on principle.
You got to read the book.
Yeah.
Southern Bastards Volume 4, Gut Check. So Coach Boss has had control of the entire town, or the county, because of his winning rate with the football team. But then he has a great big ugly loss, and he's going to have to get a little bit more down and dirty to maintain control. It's especially when Roberta Tubb comes to town, she wants to know a little bit more about how her daddy died. And this is a gritty, tough series about football, barbecue, and murder. So,
Yeah.
Man, I love this book. This whole story arc was rough and tumble,
Yeah.
and mean, and
That's the meanest book on shelves for me.
it's so good.
So it looks like I'm talking about two books, but it's actually the same. We have the regular and then the direct market covers for the Thanos trades.
Ah.
Yeah, this is the direct market one for Jeff Shaw's interiors. This is my favorite Thanos story. I might need to reread some other ones, but I'm pretty sure that this is my favorite one because it's mean, parts of it are hilarious, but it's just like, this is what I would imagine, if Thanos died, or won.
Pretty wild story.
It was, like, everything I was just like, no way. And super awesome. This is going to be like an evergreen for me. So, once again, stay tuned. In just a minute, we're going to be talking about some other Donny Cates stuff coming out, but this is going to be available first thing tomorrow.
So let's hurry before the phone dies.
Yes.
So, A Study in Emerald, Neil Gaiman's story of the Baker Street investigators, that being Holmes and Watson, in a sort of Cthulhu murder mystery
Oh, that's cool.
story.
I was wondering what this was.
With art by Raphael Albuquerque from American Vampire fame. Beautiful book, cool story. There you go.
Beautiful book. I can't understand the story.
Crazy story.
Coochie Town by Jim Woodring. I'm a huge Jim Woodring fan. One of my friends, Blake, he got me into indie comics with Frank. And man, if you're familiar with any of this, then you understand. If you've never read a Jim Woodring book, you should pick this up because it is just crazy visuals. There's no words. You're just following this guy, Frank, around in this crazy nightmare, awesome world.
Abstract craziness.
Yeah. It's hard to describe, but I love that. Love that book.
Usagi Yojimbo, volume 32. 32, Stan Sakai. That is dedication to your craft. So Usagi teams up with Inspector Ishida, and they are out to stop the Black Goblin Gang once and for all. We're going to find out if they can do it here or if justice maybe escapes.
Ooh.
Who knows?
Escaping Justice, eh?
Yeah.
My last one is the Sidekick Special of the Week. As always, this is X-Men Fallen Angels. This is usually $29.99. This is only $8. As you can see, it's a mishmash of a lot of different characters. Multiple Man, like I said, but there's also Devil Dinosaur, Warlock, and 2 talking lobsters. You heard me right. This is X-Men at crazy levels, so that's why you should be reading this.
Must read for New Mutants fans, for sure.
So let's get through everything really quickly because the phone's about to die. So the news I was going to say is, once again, Donny Cates is coming by on July 4th from 4 to 8 for a signing for Cosmic Ghost Rider and Death of Inhumans, but we're also going to be doing a drawing for issue number 13, first printing of Thanos. That's very out of print, very hard to get.
Pretty valuable.
Yeah, so if you want to, get a chance, you got to be here. Donnie's really cool. He'll sign stuff, but we do request people, pick up the book he's actually here signing for.
So you'll delay the Independence Day barbecue a little bit so you
Yeah.
can come in and meet Donnie.
Yeah, and it's a great time whenever he's here. Like, it's a metal-licious time.
He's awesome with the fans.
Yes, he is. So a couple of other things that are going on the 11th. Sean McKeever is going to be coming by. He's going to be signing for his book Outpost
Zero.
Zero? I keep on wanting to say 9. Outpost Zero.
Very different from Zero.
I know. Outpost Zero. He's a friend of the store. He's been coming here for a while. And the basis of that story is like, we've colonized all these different planets, but it's kind of like Stranger Things on a colonized world. That's the best way I can describe that one. Last thing I'm going to say is we also have the midnight release on July 3rd for the Batman issue. Not only is Batman going to be available, but it's pretty much, I think, all DC and Marvel books. I'm pretty sure we can sell those at midnight. Everything else, you got to wait for your pull lists and the next morning.
That'd be awesome. You can get most of your comics the night before.
Yeah, exactly. And what else? There'll be cake.
There'll be cake, huh?
Yes.
What kind of cake?
Wedding cake. And there might be cupcakes at Donnie's thing too.
Oh man, that's so much cake.
Our resident in-house baker, Kaylee, is doing an awesome job with baking.
Yeah, those the Venom cakes were really good.
They were really, really good. So that's all I got for the shop and everything.
Cool.
You got anything going on?
We're gonna go play some D&D over at Outlaw Moon. So if you want to join in on that, jump in on the Outlaw Moon Facebook after this, and we'll be doing that live as well.
Cool. I have a show tomorrow at Sahara Lounge at 9 o'clock if anybody wants to come.
Sweet.
It's a fun time. You might see some regulars from the store because one of them is playing right after I am.
Oh.
Yeah, I was really excited.
What band?
My band Laser Tusk, and his band is called Fehrenbacher, and it's actually really great. I listened to the album yesterday. It was really awesome. So,
Sweet.
yeah. So, you're not doing anything tomorrow at 9. Sahara Lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Have a beer.
Yeah.
Listen to some tunes.
I will be. So, yeah. I think that's it for me. You got anything else?
That's all.
Cool. You can follow me at SuperTitanton1. You can follow you at...
Comic Book Brando.
You can follow both of us at Austin Books, and we will see you tomorrow in the AM.
Or in the afternoon.
Whenever you want to be here. I'll be here in the AM.
Or in the evening.
Yeah. Or at my
Whenever.
show.